Well, hello, and welcome to something I've always wanted to do. Just looking at Reddit. Before I start looking at them, today I am wearing something I made recently before I started working on the trans hoodie. Not hoodie. I don't think I'm going to put a hood on it. Sweater. Whatever. I don't know what to call it, but it has like super long sleeves, flared sleeves, and of course a huge collar. This is not a separate sleeve. It is attached to the armhole because I don't trust this thing to stay up. These things always fall down. But yes, I absolutely love it. My new favorite thing that I made. I'm also feeling a little better, so I can finally speak louder. Thank God. Let's see how long that lasts. Usually speaking too loud makes my head feel weird too. Today we're looking at AreTheCisOk. I've never looked at this myself, I don't think. I do have a Reddit account. Never really used it. I didn't really care much for Reddit. The only thing I looked on there was like the subreddits for Ensemble Stars, Genshin, like the game ones. And this is one I wanted to check out for a long time. I've heard things about this for a while now. So, for context, I am trans. I'm also not... Well, it says AreTheCisOk, so I don't know if they're going to go into... Because it's not AreTheStraights, which I also want to look at. But I'm also pan-ro ace. So that's pan-romantic and then asexual. It's a lot. I mean, it's not a lot. It sounds like it's a lot, but it's fine. Okay, what's the first one here? What do we got? We have some... Oh, I remember these. The tape, the really cheap stuff that please don't use this. I remember seeing these, like, God, at least 10 years ago. Right, because back then there weren't a lot of binders readily available, so some people did have to resort to getting tape, which is, it's bad for your skin, don't do it. Who invented trans kids? Because they didn't exist 5 years ago. It just a disgusting abuse of childhood. Oh my God. I mean, no one invented trans kids. We exist. That's kind of it. It's not that complicated. What do you mean they didn't exist 5 years ago? I'm 32. I existed back in the 90s, and many trans people existed before me, and they shall continue to exist after me. Like, an abuse of childhood, what the fuck are you talking about? I don't understand this. Being trans... Are they talking about, like, parents making their kids trans and that's an abuse? By the way, no one's making anyone trans. If anything, there is an increase of acceptance and support, but no one's making anyone trans. That's just so stupid. I've heard that a lot going around. It's not true. Oh, what is this? I don't know the context of it. It just starts with none of your business. I'm gonna assume what this person said, it actually is none of their business. How far into transition are you? Oh, okay. I'm assuming the question was supposed to come... Actually, I'm confused. Whatever. How far into transition are you? Cool, you fucking trans people are always so damn cranky. Oh no, this message didn't get sent. Why do trans people get angry when I sexually harass them? This dumbass. For real. First of all, questions like, how far into your transition are you? Or like, asking someone where they are in, like, or if they had surgery. Or like, what's in your pants? Because I've been asked that specifically. It was a weird thing to get asked. No one... Why would you ask that? That's such a weird thing. It's none of your business. Why do you care? But also, you fucking trans people are always so damn cranky. Because you're asking weird-ass questions like this. It gets annoying. Like, it really is none of your business. Like, I don't know how else to say it. Shut the fuck up! If you had the power to eradicate one disease, which one would you choose and why? Oh, there's more. I'm sorry. I was like, what are you talking about? Transgenders. Okay, let's see the rest of them. The question also asked for your reason. Go ahead and explain your answer, kid. I mean, why not? It's just truly awful for everyone involved. Transgenderism isn't a thing, and being trans isn't a disease. Yes, it is. Oh my fucking god. No, it's not a disease. Like, are you going by the really old DSM? Like, what's going on? I know, and I've mentioned this before, there's like, your depression gets worse if, well, not everyone. My depression got worse because of my dysphoria, because I have really severe dysphoria, right? That's just me. Everyone has, like, varying severities of dysphoria, what they're dysphoric about. Everyone's different. Mine just happens to be really bad, right? Like, I'll get depressed, I'll have, like, mental breakdowns over it sometimes just out of nowhere, right? I'll, like, cry over it. It's pretty bad. But it's not a mental disease. I don't know how to say it. It's just also the word transgenderism. It's not an ism, right? That's like saying, like, being cis is an ism. Being straight is an ism. It's not. It's just who you are that you can't help. Like, no one asked to be trans, but here we are. You know what I mean? It's all just ignorant. Do I want to say ignorant? It's ignorant and stupid. Because some of these people truly don't know. And they're spouting this hate. But also, if you don't know, then shut the fuck up, right? Or they do know what they're saying is harmful and wrong, but that's the point. That's what they want. So they don't care. So, fuck you. Oh no, it's the, if you see a bulge in a conservative woman's pants to the gun, okay, I've seen this before. Don't talk to me about Blair White. That's it. Also, I don't understand. Wait, hold on. So, are they saying that she's liberal? Because she's not. As far as I know, she's conservative. So this is wrong in describing her either way. God, y'all are so stupid. Gays, scientists, lawyers, architects, tradesmen, politician, literally every job you can think of, gay men are in it. Trans, pay me or I can't afford rent. Who said this? What trans person has said this? Now, I will say, I am struggling paying rent. This is true, but I'm not, like, what? Who said pay me or I can't afford rent? I've literally never seen that before. Huh? We don't want your money. We just want you to leave us alone. If he really wanted you, he'd kidnap you. What? Is there more context to this, or is that just, that's the image? That's the image. What? Well, first of all, no, that's very unhealthy. I mean, I don't think I've mentioned this before. As a kid, I've almost been kidnapped, so that was not a fun time. And then in my adulthood, someone tried to, like, trap me in some unknown room. That was not a fun time trying to escape those situations. But, no, this person can't be real. But what does this have to do with cis people? Is this, what? Okay. Would you let your kids stay in the same house regularly with a gender-confused person? What? Okay. Hey all, so my half-brother is now claiming to be transgender. I'm 31 and he's just turned 20, but he has autism and has been very sheltered his whole life, except with full access to the internet. The family is not Catholic, but I love your perspectives. My husband's conservatism is kind of our own, and we aren't surrounded by many others who share our views. The internet has groomed him into joining what seems like an LGBT cult. I know him well. He is not trans. He's a boy now man through and through. I will not call him a she or feed into his delusion at all. My dad is upset by it, but feels he has no power now that he's technically an adult, though he's still completely dependent. He's just found a new friend group at a local pride center, and they're all transgender, so now he reckons he is too. He calls me a TERF and knows I don't agree with it, so he hasn't properly came out to me. But his birthday cake was a transgender flag, and I asked my dad, and he said he was trans. He didn't come out of his room the entire birthday. He probably doesn't want me to see him trying to be a woman. Okay, so this isn't a half brother. This is your half sister. You've been misgendering your sister the whole time. Also, I know age has nothing to do with this, but every time I see someone around my age acting a fool, I'm extra disappointed. Gender confused? I don't think your sister is confused. My brain just paused for a long time because I'm trying to process what the fuck this person is. Hold on, okay, let me try to... Internet has groomed him into... Okay. I understand that seeing stuff on the internet might help you get out of your egg, right? Because that's how like my egg cracked. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I went through... It's okay, so I'm a little weird. Where as a kid, I knew that I was a little boy. I knew it. I don't know how I knew, but I just knew. And I assumed that everyone else knew as well, until everyone started treating me like a girl, and then things started not lining up quite a bit. And then you start thinking that you're weird, maybe everyone else is right, even though you know yourself. And then it becomes like a whole thing in your head. But I still didn't know I didn't know the term trans, or exactly what that meant. I was just worried about myself. I only knew about myself, right? And then I had like internalized transphobia even into like college. So, and it was in late college where like I started seeing more like terms and definitions, and that helped me to understand and come to terms with who I was, right? It didn't turn me into anything, because I already knew when I was a kid. If anything, it was everyone around me that kind of made me question myself and suppress who I was, right? And like, I think it was Tumblr, because this was about 10 years ago, where I saw all the terms and whatnot, and I was finally like, okay, I am. Because right before that, I was like, oh, I act gay sometimes, but I'm like the straightest, most cis person you'll ever know. And lo and behold, I'm the complete opposite of all of that. So, like, it's not that Tumblr made me trans. It made me, like, not straight. I always was. I just never wanted to admit it. Because I knew everyone else thought that was weird. Right? So that seems like a you problem. You're making your half-sister feel absolutely invalid. It's not a cult. We're just like, leave us alone. And also, oh, he's a boy through and through. It says who? It says you? The person who is not trans? Shut the fuck up. But also, I'm just saying, if someone, like, thinks they're trans, like, let them go through it, let them figure it out. If it turns out they're not, then fine. And if it turns out they are, then fine. I don't know why this is such a big deal. Let people, like, go through the whole process of figuring out who they are. Like, you need to do that. Especially when you're surrounded by people who are going to be like this and tell you that you're not something. You know what I mean? I hope your half-sister's doing okay. Because you are... How to tell family member I won't attend an event. Okay, seeking advice about how to tell my mother-in-law that I'm not going to go to a drag show next weekend. She is visiting my husband and I next week and suggested it as something to do when she visits. I feel strongly in my heart that I will not go because of my faith. I told my husband I'm not going, and he suggested we do something else. I worry I seem uptight not going, but also would rather not do something like that which is against God's word. Just looking for other suggestions to offer instead, and how to tell her I don't want to go. Thanks. And there's like a comment here. I think your husband should handle the matter. You don't have to explain why you don't want to go to her. What? Okay, first of all, the drag show part. I mean, I kind of get it from a religious standpoint why you would think it's like an unholy thing. Because that's how I was, right? I thought it was more akin to a strip club, which I don't like. Not just because I'm religious. I'm not the most devout person. No, I just don't like sexual things in general, like overly sexual things. I'm kind of a textbook ace in that regard. I just feel really uncomfortable. I hate it. But I went. I've only gone to one drag show my entire life. This one time, and it's because my friend took me, and I think it was because it was her birthday or something. It was for like there was a reason for it, and I went, and it was actually really nice. I mean, it was loud. It was very colorful, but there was nothing like sexual about it. Like, they were wearing a lot, actually. They were wearing very large, very extravagant outfits. But it was a good time. It was a very good vibe. And everyone was happy. Everyone was having fun. It was nice. But you wouldn't know unless you went. You know what I mean? And I don't feel like she would believe someone else telling her about the experience, saying that it's not anything like that. She might not believe it. But, okay, like, if you don't want to go, you don't want to go. Like, fine. But what is this thing about you don't have to explain to her? Why not? Just tell her. Look, if let's say I want to take you somewhere, which is not going to happen because I just hate going outside, but let's say I did. I wanted to take someone somewhere. And they said, it feels uncomfortable because, you know, I'm religious, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, sure. I guess you're not going. Or, because, I don't know. Would I change my entire plans just to fit that one person? Especially if it's for a religious reason. Like, I know I'm also religious, but I have no tolerance for fellow religious people. I really don't. Like, if they're on some bullshit, I'm gonna come for them first. I actually don't know what I would do. Oh, well, it doesn't matter because it's not me. Oh, God, this is a lot of words. Okay. I don't know if my voice is gonna die after this. Alright. Medical malpractice is defined as any act or omission by a physician during treatment of a patient that deviates from accepted norms of practice in the medical community and causes an injury to the patient. Medical malpractice is a specific subset of tort law that deals with professional negligence. Regarding medical practice, let's add, the Hippocratic Oath is an oath of ethics historically taken by physicians. It is one of the most widely known of Greek medical texts. In its original form, it requires a new physician to swear, by a number of healing gods, to uphold specific ethical standards. The oath is the earliest expression of medical ethics in the Western world, establishing several principles of medical ethics which remain of paramount significance today. There is no direct punishment for breaking the Hippocratic Oath, although an arguable equivalent in modern times is medical malpractice, which carries a wide range of punishments from legal action to civil penalties. I will do no harm or injustice to them. Okay, so was this just like just quoting what it is? Okay. I will say that many people believe that medicine is currently being used in a way that causes harm and does not cure, just for the economic interest of profiting from a patient, their health insurance, etc. An example of this is the new trend of altering a healthy body for a problem that resides in the mind, gender-affirming surgery, creating more harm than actually helping a patient. It is even compared to lobotomies of the past. It is also believed that this is completely intentional with other even more terrible interests. There are various debates and studies regarding this, mostly silenced due to all the economic interests that this brings and its social repercussions. Okay. I've heard this before, that, like, they're trying to make you trans so that you get surgeries because big pharma. I'm just like, oh, God. You're only coming for these operations because they're trans. Like, let's be real. You're just being transphobic. No one is, like, coming for regular cosmetic surgeries. Are they? Are you? I don't think you are. Top and bottom surgeries and, masculinization, feminization surgeries, they're all to alleviate dysphoria. And if you don't have it and you don't understand what it's like, something I always say is shut up, sit down, and listen. Okay? If you are not part of that community and you're talking shit and that community is telling you like you're factually wrong, I mean you're an asshole, but you're also factually wrong. Here are the facts. Shut up, sit down, and listen to them, right? If you refuse to do that, you're just a fucking dumbass, okay? Look, I understand. There are health insurance in America is absolutely a business. They profit off of unhealthy people. I know I'm an extremely unhealthy person, and insurance has been a bitch, especially if you don't have a job. It's hard. I understand that part. I know there are some doctors out there, not all of them. I can't even say if it's half of them. I don't imagine it's that many. But there have been doctors who prescribe like the wrong shit for money. Right? That does happen sometimes. But this isn't it. That's not what this is. These are life-saving procedures. You know what I mean? Like, remember I said I had, what I called the trans depression? Why do you think a bunch of trans people have this depression and then unfortunately end up, unaliving themselves? Like, getting these surgeries is the thing that will alleviate both your dysphoria and your depression around that dysphoria. You know what I mean? Like, let's say for me, I've always wanted, now I didn't know it was called top surgery, right? I just knew I wanted all this gone when I was little. When I was a kid, before I knew what trans was, right? I was just like, I don't like what's going on here. And especially the way I get, like, treated as a girl because of it. No, I want this away from me. None of it. I never asked for it. I don't want it. And that has not changed. It's a pretty long phase if you think it's a phase, but that has not changed to this day for me. And if I could, right, I'd rather go into debt getting top surgery than my medicine for my arthritis. I'd rather take care of that first. That's how important that is to me. You know what I mean? So, again, if you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, if you are not trans and you don't understand the trans experience, shut the fuck up. Sit down and listen to us, right? If you're not going to listen to us, then don't fucking whine and cry about how we're always calling you out. Huh? Okay. Just a reminder that in the Bible, demons refer to themselves as they, them, we, us. I mean, for me, this is true as I am a demon and I do use they, them pronouns. For me, this is true. Like, also, but I don't understand what you're actually trying to say. You're saying that people who are like non-binary are actually demons? Yes, they are all part of my army, actually. They are all my minions. This is fact. But also, we, us? Like, when we say cis people don't know how pronouns work, I think I've never seen that before. We, us. You know that's just plural, right? Do cis people not use we, us when referring to groups of people? Do you not know how language works? I'm fucking done with these people. Oh no, what is this? Whoever calls Primarina a femboy is a femboy. Primarina is a male Pokemon, and get that into your little mind. Wait, I'm very confused with this sentence. What? Whoever calls Primarina a femboy is a femboy. Okay, they're supposed to, that's where the sentence separates. And then Primarina is a male Pokemon, and get that into your little mind. I mean, the point of being a femboy is that you're a feminine guy. It's not going to change the fact that Primarina is male. Why is this person so angry? Also, this is really funny. Why are there abs on pre? Why is it holding a gun? I'm gonna move on. Just, love your new outfit, Karen. Karen. Crimson is definitely your color. Crimson looks more like scarlet to me. It's red. And that's how they found out Karen was transgender. What? I'm so confused. Okay, I had to actually look in the comments for this one because I was very, very confused. Apparently, it's supposed to be like, oh, AMABs can't see color or some shit. I'm like, okay. It is just red, though. Number one, it is just red. It's not dark enough to be crimson. It's not, like, bright enough to be scarlet. Karen is correct. Whether she's trans or not. I don't know, that was really weird. What the fuck is this? MatPat being transphobic for 2 minutes. What's funnier is the fact that MatPat didn't even say the word trans a single time in this video, taking it out of context. What? What is this? MatPat's the game theory guy, right? I'm sorry, like, I don't know these people. I should know these, like, long-time YouTubers, because I've been watching YouTube videos ever since the site was created. I think I was in, like, high school when that happened, when YouTube became a thing. Is he really? Also, attack helicopter, that, really? There's no way people are still using that, unless this is from, like, his past videos or something. I thought we left that in, like, 2008. What the fuck? Come up with something new. At least make me laugh. Come on, guys. What is this? Next stop, cleaning up at the Special Olympics? Okay, that already sounds very mean. Smile like you broke a record in women's sports. Oh, shut the fuck up! It's one of these things. It's like a really? Okay. I mean, other smarter people have like debunked this and talked about this ad nauseum, but it's not true. That's it. I just also hate the title where it's like, next stop, we're gonna go to the Special Olympics and like take their medals. Like, that's not happening. Oh, shut the fuck up. Ew, is this really from this turf? Repeat after us, trans women are women. This is true. And she just said no. Again, if you're not trans, shut the fuck up. Trans women are women. And trans men are men. And non-binary people are just non-binary people. It's not that complicated. Next! What the fuck is this? What? Every time I see a set of teeth like this, these dentures, I always think of, oh my god, what's that? Is it called Babylon? What's that, like, song, that Vocaloid song written by Toma, where Miku's dress is just a bunch of dentures and there's, like, teeth everywhere? That's what it reminds me of, that song. What is this? No transphobia allowed. Nice, nice. Nothing a good old 12 gauge can't fix. First of all, no. This is why some trans people are worried for their safety? Is that a joke, or are you seriously like, oh no, I want to shoot trans people? Don't? Like, this is why? Oh my god, I can't. I will say, I personally haven't gotten this level of, you know, this level of hatred over my being trans. First of all, people don't really know that I'm trans, right? And the neighborhood I'm in is filled with pretty, like, understanding young people for the most part, right? So it's not an issue that we have a lot of here, at least. But the few times, especially when I go to, like, work and stuff, when I kind of hint at the fact that I'm trans, right? Just, like, blatantly, I'm like, no, I don't answer to ma'am. I'm not a woman, right? People are like, like, and then I had this one guy who's just like, oh, if you're a man, then I'm Jesus, or some shit like that. I don't know, what's this? I've been adding these stickers to women's restrooms, but you can only see it if you stand to pee. Transing kids is child abuse. Oh, we've just come full circle with the child abuse, haven't we? First of all, transing the kids. I will say what I said in the beginning. No one's transing anyone, okay? No one's forcing your kids to be trans. Like, so what is this coming from, like, like, let's say a kid says that they're trans, and a parent is like, okay, sure. Is that all it is? Is that where it came from? Because that doesn't sound like forcing like being trans, or, you know, transing a kid to me. That just sounds like a parent listened to their child, is taking their child's words into consideration, as they should, and is just kind of letting them express themselves and see where it goes, right? Again, if it turns out they're not trans, then fine. You found out early, I guess. You got that out of the way early, which is good. I wish I got that out of the way early, Jesus. And if it turns out they are, and it like, you know, it doesn't change and they remain whatever gender that they say they are, then fine. Again, now you know. And you know early, which is good. Like, I don't understand. No one's transing anyone. Like, if you're a kid, like, let's say you have like, I don't know, like an AMAB kid, right? And they're like, oh, I like Barbies or some shit. I don't know, some dumb gender stereotypical shit. We're not gonna be like, oh, you must be a girl. That's not how that works, right? Because your hobbies, your preferences, like your style and everything, that has nothing to do with your gender. Those kind of things aren't in your DNA. as if women are like born wanting to do makeup and, like, I don't know, what's some other dumb shit, like going shopping, liking shoes, or whatever it is. I don't fucking know. That has nothing to do with your gender. But also, gender and gender expression are two different things, right? Your gender's your gender, right? Like me, I can wear shit like this. I can wear a dress all day and have my hair this long. It's not gonna make me a woman. Because I'm not, right? No matter how I dress and look, I'm a man. That's it, right? If a cis man, right, wore the same things as me, had this hair, he would still be a man. We wouldn't force that person to transition into, like, a woman. That doesn't make sense to me. I don't know who's saying that. No one's saying that. So this is all just fear-mongering and, you know, just more transphobia. Because, you know, they had their shot at trying this with gay and lesbian people, and now they've moved on to trans people. It's all the same shit. It's all the same fear-mongering. Oh, they're all predators, fucking whatever bullshit. It's the same shit. It's all recycled hate, and they just found a new target. This is all it is. It's all so stupid. I fucking I could just be eating my birthday cake right now, but now I'm sitting down doing this. I said I wanted to, so I guess this is my fault. I don't know what I was expecting, but oh, I hate it. Okay. Oh, there's more. Lovely. Dear trans. Just makes it sound like you're just addressing a person named trans. Like, that's funny. Okay. Dear trans, this Pokemon does not represent you or your mental illness. It's a fairy type, and the only fairy you are is fairly... Oh, okay, I'm not reading that word. That's not nice. Okay, can I say, first of all, people who still use that word in this day and age is a red flag for me. And I'm saying that as someone who grew up in the 90s, where this language was normal. Everyone was saying it around me. I think even I said it. I didn't say it as often. I mean, because I didn't really talk much to begin with. But I said it like a few times. Because it was normal. And then it turned out, oh wait, that's not actually a nice thing to say. That's a very demeaning thing to say. And I was like, oh, okay. Got it. That's it. It's really not that hard to, like, give up this one word. There are other ways to say that someone is a fucking dumbass. Like, dude. Also, the title of this post said, "Let us have this one," or something like that. I'm like, yeah, just let us have this one. Sylveon isn't I will say, I will admit, Sylveon's not my favorite evolution. It is up there. My favorite one is still Umbreon. Has not changed since the Crystal days. Still Umbreon. And then Sylveon. But, like, why do you care? Right? And I've already talked about the fact that it's not a mental illness. I don't need to address that again. It's all fun and games. We're not saying it literally is, like, a trans Eevee or whatever the fuck. It's all just goofs and gaffs. Leave us alone. Again, just leave us alone, honestly. Ooh, these are YouTube comments. YouTube comments are, quite the treasure. Oh, Jesus Lord. Okay. Stop killing us. And who is killing you? Themselves. Oh, God, Jesus Lord. Literally never seen a single case of a person being murdered because they're trans. I have seen countless cases of trans people being child predators and facing the consequences of their actions, though, and also countless cases of trans people offing themselves. Look, I wonder why, though. I've already talked about the trans depression. I wonder why, right? Oh, fucking. I don't think do I need to explain this? Do I? And again, the whole being LGBTQ people are child predators, like, where have we heard that before? There have been, like, commercials from, oh my god, was it, like, the 70s or 80s about, like, gay people being like this? Again, recycled, like, hate, fear-mongering. It's just, I wouldn't care if it didn't have consequences. You know what I mean? Like, people will hear this, they'll believe it, and then some people are insane enough to act on it and physically harm people. You know what I mean? And then they end up physically harming cis people who they assume are trans because of their appearance. It's not just trans people that get hurt from this. I'm tired. I'm tired. Okay, what else is here? Is it more YouTube comments? Oh, Lord. Lovely. I'm a 24-year-old trans woman who her egg got cracked at 23 just 3 months before her 24th birthday. But considering where I live, Middle East, I can't medically transition yet, but I'm working on it and I'm already taken. I'm already taken? Taken where? It's probably like a translation issue. But like, same. That was about how old I was when I finally came to terms with myself. I was pretty late. For the youngins who found out early, you're very lucky. I wish I found out that early. Jesus Lord. I knew a girl who demanded to be called by a boy's name for years. She was more athletic than most of the girls. These days, they would try to talk her into a double mastectomy. Hormones and puberty blockers. Back then, they didn't. She grew out of it, got married, and had kids, which is better. Look, I'm gonna give this person the benefit of the doubt and say, and assume that this really happened. Right? That's fine. She thought she was, but she wasn't. But also, is it that you think she grew out of it because she got married and had kids? Are you assuming she grew out of it? Because then that's not. That's having, getting married and having a family does not mean you grew out of being trans. Okay. But also, again, this narrative that people would talk others into getting these surgeries and HRT and puberty blockers is just not true. Again, how many times do not just I, but like so many trans people have to say that this is not happening? So that's all I gotta say. Oh, is this more YouTube? God, there's a lot of YouTube comment stuff. What's cool too is it's very possible that young women may actually use the boot for a conceptual art piece. Or maybe they're talking about the woman in the video. So what's cool too is it's very possible that young woman, okay, that's definitely a man. No, it's a woman. What is a woman? Are they asking, like, that dumb question, what is a woman? Or are they asking, what is a woman? Like, what are you talking about? Okay. That what I saw, adult female human being, you can see it because of a few characteristics. You spelled characteristics wrong. But if you are so smart, you can take DNA tests to see it. Don't know what is the problem. Is this like the transvestigation shit where you think you can tell? You guys can't always tell. Let's be real. Like, you guys are always, like, the accidental ally thing is a thing for a reason, because you guys don't fucking know what the fuck you're talking about. If you are so smart, you can take the DNA test to see it. Like, I don't know why you're so upset. But also, this reminds me of the whole, like, chromosome thing, which is just, like, every time someone brings that up, I'm like, do you know what your chromosomes are? Like, no, you don't. You want to go and see? Like, that's some super basic. What grade biology is that? Like, what, ninth grade? That is basic, bottom, low level biology. That if you knew more, you'd know it's not that simple. Oh god, what the fuck is this now? Giving puberty blockers to children is child abuse. Oh, think before you sleep. I've heard of this before. Is that the one where the guy has a really annoying voice? Is that the channel? I don't, clearly I do not watch this channel, but I've heard of. I think I've heard in, did I watch someone else watching? I don't know. But I think it's the one with the annoying voice. But again, giving puberty blockers to children, no, it's not. No, it's not. How many times, and there are smarter trans people who know about the science way more than I do. But puberty blockers just pause, like, the process, okay? Once you come off it, it just resumes. It's actually, like, the safest, like, not procedure, but you know what I mean? Medically, it's, like, the safest thing to do, right? Any other transition that a child would go through is probably just social stuff, or, like, gender expression, that kind of stuff. No cis about it. Only women, human adult females, have the ability to suffer from infertility, ergo, feel the pain associated with it. Fact! Jeez. Ignoring all your weird opinions on transgender people, you realize that men can be infertile too, right? Yes. They are human, therefore they can also be infertile. This is true. Completely aware of this, but it's totally irrelevant in this case. What the fuck are you talking about? But you just said only women have the ability to suffer from infertility. Now, I know what this person's saying. I get what they're saying. They're just like, oh, only real women, cis women, have the ability to suffer from infertility. As if fertility only comes from the ovaries. Like, it takes two. It takes two. But, like, yeah, men... So the person said, yeah, men can also be infertile. Because both of the sexes have reproductive organs. You fucking idiot. But it's, like, completely aware of this, but it's totally irrelevant. No. You said only women. No, I don't really have a lot of brain cells, but I'm losing whatever I have left. I have to stop looking at this or else I'm gonna go completely dumb. Okay, it turns out that was the last one. Thank the Lord Jesus Christ. Oh my god. I mean, I know I said I always wanted to do this, and I actually do want to go through, are the straights okay? I think, what is it called? r/a? I want to go through that too. See if I can find how many relatable posts I can find. Oh my, you know what? It was kind of infuriating, but I still liked it. I still enjoy, like, talking about the trans issues and, like, the trans experience. Because, like, more people have, you know, it doesn't hurt to get it out there so that you can help more people understand. You know what I mean? And especially since trans people have, like, sure, there might be, like, this broad kind of umbrella type of shared experience, but in the end we have, again, like I said, different levels of dysphoria, different things we're dysphoric about. So to get the perspective of all kinds of trans people, I think is very, very important. So yeah. Yeah, I'll be definitely doing this again. And hopefully me being better and being able to talk loud continues. But also my throat now hurts from talking so loudly for so long. I'm gonna have to go rest. Bye! Shut the fuck up.